This video is a real time saver. We're going to look at automating your how-to guides, your process documentation. Let's dive in. Hi, I'm Kyle, the creator of No Code Collab, a site with tips, tricks, and tutorials for your next no-code project. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and go check out our website where we have snippets and other resources to help you during your no-code builds. Okay, so whether it's for yourself or for your clients or coworkers or vendors, having process documentation or how-to guides that you can refer back to or other people can refer to is really helpful. It can save you a lot of time to create good documentation that kind of stands the test of time and actually helps people get things done. The problem is creating that is a pain in the neck. It takes time. You've got to write. Are you going to take screenshots? You got to paste links in. It's annoying. So recently people have started creating videos for this instead of creating documents. And that's great. Loom is a popular tool where people will just quickly record a video, explain some thoughts, show a process, and now you've got it documented and someone can follow along step by step through a video. But sometimes you still want documentation. You still want a step-by-step process that people can follow. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because there are some tools out there that make this process really easy and they make it painless and they save you a bunch of time. And so if you are creating any sort of how-to or process documentation, you're definitely going to be interested in this because it will make your life or your team's life so much easier. Okay, so the main tool we're going to look at today is called Tango. There is another tool that seems very similar that's called Scribe. From what I can tell, they have a very similar feature set. So if you are someone who wants to use Scribe, go for it. That is a paid tool. Tango, I believe, is going to be free until the end of 2021. So if you are watching this video in that time frame, you should still be able to get a free subscription to Tango. So let's dive into Tango and kind of show you what's going on. Both of these tools, though, like I said, capture and create how-to guide automation. And we're going to dive into that now. So in order to get started with Tango, all you need to do is add it to Chrome. There's a button at the top, add to Chrome. It's a free Chrome extension. Once you do that, you're going to have the Tango icon in your extensions bar. Then whenever you want to create a how-to guide, you click on the Tango icon. It's the orange kind of Tango bird beak looking thing. You click on that icon, click on the orange dot, and you're going to be rocking and rolling. So let's say for this example, I want to create a new type form. Okay, so I want to create a new type form survey. So I'm going to click on the orange dot. Now you can see I've got this little control panel over on the left that is my Tango control panel. It's telling me how many steps it has recorded. It's also showing me the ability to restart my capture, delete it, pause it. I can move my control panel to the right side of my screen if I've got some important bits on the left that I want to be captured in the screen captures. So that is now there, and you know that Tango is recording once that's up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Typeform, and actually let's start from scratch. So I'm going to go typeform.com. I'm going to log in. I'm going to create a new type form, and you'll see I've got this orange border that hovers around any click area that I am hovering over. That is Tango recording and kind of capturing what the step is. So I'm going to create new type form. I'm going to start from scratch. Give my type form a name. So this is the Tango type form, and it is a quiz, we'll call it. All right, so now I am in my type form and I've got my question title. My question goes here. I add my choice. And you don't need to watch me create a whole type form, but maybe I want to add one more choice just so you can see a couple steps, right? And then this is another choice. Okay. So you get the idea. What I'm doing is I'm going through step by step, going through this process. I'm not doing anything with Tango other than I started it and now I'm doing my thing. And Tango over here on the left is counting up all the steps as I go. And actually every time I click on something or enter something, it's taking a screen grab. So let's look at what that's like now. So once I'm done, I've created my type form, I've done my thing. Now I click on complete the capture. So I'm going to complete this workflow. Green check. Tango has now created my step-by-step guide. It's taken all these screenshots. It's done everything kind of for me. So now what I do is I just need to edit the how-to guide. So I'm going to change the title, how to create a type form. Maybe the description, I can add a description. Creating a new client-facing survey. Okay, so I've added a description. Now, step 1 says go to Tango. I don't need to go to Tango. So I'm going to delete that step because I want to go to Typeform. Then, if you remembered, I went to the Typeform tab and I said, wait, actually, let's start from scratch. So I don't actually need this step either. So I'm going to just delete that. And now I'm going to go to Typeform. Now, it kind of missed something here. We need to go to typeform.com. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new step. I'm going to go to Typeform website. So you can see how flexible this is. I can add any step that I want. I can edit the steps. Now let's say I need to go to the Typeform website before I log in. So I go over here to my steps on the left. I'm just going to drag that right up. So now how to create a Typeform. Step 1 is go to the Typeform website. If I wanted to, I could add a screenshot. I'm not going to add a screenshot, but now I'm going to click log in. It looks good. Click on new Typeform. And you'll see that it's showing people or whoever's reading this, it's showing them exactly what to click on. It's got the yellow outline. So it's super helpful. Then click on start from scratch, type Tango form. Then I'm going to say, give your form a name. Click continue. And remember, I clicked off because I had that hover thing. So I actually want to delete this step. Select a type of form. Select the you're creating. All right, so you get the idea here. I'm going through, I can add descriptions, I can change my titles, I can add steps, I can remove steps. The one thing we haven't shown though is, let's just say, for example, you've got something you don't want to show. You've got something you want to hide. What you can do is you can hover over the image. And let's say you've got an account number or a password or something that you want to hide. Or this image isn't quite right. You want to call something else out. Well, you can click on, when you hover over the image, there's a little pencil icon. And now you can come into their image editor. And you can add different things to say, yep, be sure to not miss that. Or you can add rectangles, right? But the really cool thing is you can add this blur. And when you add a blur, you can basically blur out sections of the image if you don't want people to see account numbers or passwords or whatever it is. So it's a really useful tool so that you don't have to go into some other image editor and blur it out there or block it out or whatever. So that's a really handy tool that you can use in your Tango. So let's say I've gone through all the steps. I've updated the titles and the descriptions and edited the images. And as you can see, it's pretty quick, step by step, boom, boom, boom. So now how do people see it? So you can copy a link, and what that'll do is give you something that you can share with anyone. So if I paste that link in here, I've got now a link that this is what it looks like when anyone views that Tango, that how-to guide. And you can see they can come here, they can look at all of the different screenshots, they can follow along step by step. They can even jump to different steps. So it's a really handy tool if you want to share out that Tango link. They kind of get the full experience. Another option, though, that's really handy is you can download this as a PDF. If you have a folder where you keep all of your processes and your documentation, you can, in the share and export, you can download a PDF and you will get automatically created a really good looking PDF how-to guide, how to create a type form. It's got everything that we just created. It's got all the steps, all the screenshots, and you didn't have to create any of it. So that's a great one. The one that's also really cool, though, is this Magic Copy. Basically, Magic Copy is it copies the HTML of all of this how-to guide. So if you copy that, now you could run over to Google Drive and you could create a new Google Doc. And in that Google Doc, you could paste in your Tango how-to guide. And then the nice thing here is you can edit any of this right in here. So you could maybe I want to delete that. This is an H1, right? So maybe I want to change all of my H1s or my H3s. So you can start to edit this and get it to be more on brand. So that's a really nice thing. The Magic Copy gives you the HTML that you can put in your own website. You can put it in Notion. You can put it into other tools. You could paste that into Webflow. So you've got options when it comes to that Magic Copy, and then you kind of own it. You're not dependent upon Tango to go to the Tango site to use this. So that is Tango. It's not really like a no-code tool that would fit into your workflow and the automation part of it, but it's no code in the sense that without having to write any code, you've saved yourself a lot of time. And that is really the spirit of no code tools in general. So while this maybe doesn't fit into a workflow that's going to be triggered by other tools and Zapier and all these things, this is something that can have a place, I think, in a lot of people's tech stack because it can save you a lot of time and be very helpful.